Jeez.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Yes, got it.
Yes, we
The
are
second
live.
countdown.
Hello there.
Hello
Ladies
there.
and gentlemen, welcome
Hi.
to a very special edition of Battle of the Nerds. I am your host / moderator for this competition. My name is Ryan. We got two teams battling it out. It's a battle of the Disney villains, more specifically, Gaston versus Scar. Now, we have two teams that are going to be representing these characters. They're going to be debating. They're going to be fighting it out. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce the teams, and then we will go over the rules, and we will go from there. We also have a little something we got to inform you, the viewers, about in just a moment. But first, I want to introduce the teams. We're going to kick off with Travis. Travis, how are you doing tonight, good sir?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling fired up. I'm feeling ready, and I just don't think that there's going to be a competition because Scar is the best.
We shall see as we go through the rest of the night. Also, his team partner in this matchup is going to be Gregory Lee. Gregory Lee, how are you doing tonight, good sir?
We've already won.
Yeah, that's it.
It's over. We've already won.
You know,
I like how he goes,
time.
"We've already won." He speaks with his fist.
Look, I admire the confidence. But let's not forget, you're going up against a team here, and that team is comprised of two awesome competitors, such as well as yourselves, and that would be Ruth. Ruth, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing awesome, feeling confident, just ready to get out here and defend Gaston, who I think some people aren't giving him enough credit for the evil villain that he is.
Ruth, I'm telling you, breathe in between your statements.
Sorry.
Hold on a second.
I'm so excited.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the excitement. And your team partner in this matchup is one of our first-time guests on one of our live streams from Nerd Culture. He goes by the name of Edmund. Edmund, how are you doing tonight? And welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, guys, and I'm doing good. I mean, there's not much to say. It's plain that Gaston's going to be the winner here. This is just a formality at this point, but let's get through it.
Oh,
Ruth, I see why you chose him. He's
because
good.
Ruth doesn't have the confidence needed to win this fight, so she's copping out.
If I don't need to breathe, that means.
Oh boy. We haven't even started this matchup, and already the competitors are going at it with their taunting and their trash talking. But let's go over the rules, shall we? Because things are about to get very interesting here. So, with Battle of the Nerds and us going live here, you, the viewers, are going to play a very important role, and I'll get to that in just a minute. First of all, in round one, each team is going to be given an opening statement, and then they will be given a 1-minute rebuttal. And we're going to give them a question, and each team has a 60-second opening Why am I going crazy with this already? Jeez. I keep reading all these different clues. Sorry. Anyway, what I meant to say was to open this thing up. Each team is going to have an opening statement. Then we're going to get into round one. And in round one, each team is going to be given a question. They will be given an opportunity to give a 2-minute opening statement in response to that question. And then the other team is going to have a chance to give a 1-minute rebuttal. And we will go from there, and we'll go into round two. So, with that being said, and also the viewers, you watching at home, you are actually going to be deciding who is going to win this competition tonight between these two teams. That's right. We are going to put the votes in your hands, but we will get to that a little bit later on. We got to start things off. 60-second opening statement, defending these characters, how they want to kick things off. So we will start with team number one. That is going to be Travis and Greg. You're going to be given 60 seconds to make an opening statement. Those 60 seconds will begin once you start talking, but first let me get the timer ready. Also, during each round, I will put up my hands when there is 10 seconds left. I will give you a countdown. Once time is up, I will announce that time is up. If at any point during your opening or closing arguments you don't want to take up the 1 or 2 minutes and you just want to stop halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through, you say we can see the rest of our time, and that will mean I will stop the clock and we will move on and go from there.
Don't worry,
now,
Ryan, I'll let you know when I'm finished, okay? I understand very well, sir, okay? I think we get it.
Okay.
We're just ready. We're just ready to go.
Thanks for interrupting me. So, do the competitors understand the rules as I have explained them to you?
Yes, Travis, stop making the judges angry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, seems very frustrated. Anyway,
I think you're very frustrated. I think you're the one getting upset.
I think this timer thing on my phone is frustrating me because it's doing weird things.
Ryan, you're not going to make it through this if you don't calm down. Just breathe. All right?
Believe me, I got my Zen thing going on, man. Anyway,
teach Ryan how to breathe.
Oh, please.
Yeah,
so, Travis, Greg, 60 seconds begins once you start talking.
So, Scar is the greatest villain simply because he won. His plan worked out not only for a day, not only for 2 years, but years. Years after he put it into place. He leads the Pride Land with the Iron Fist, and no one even questioned him. No one even tried to overthrow him. Why? Because they feared him. And they knew that he was the rightful king.
Exactly. And then going off of that, let's do that in comparison. So Scar, he had a dream, okay? He wanted to take over the kingdom, and he took matters into his own hands, and he did that. And not only did he get to rule, but then his philosophy lived on, even to see a second movie. Can we say the same for Gaston? No, he was just a dim-witted guy that kind of got a rally going, and he got his butt kicked at the end. Completely forgettable, unlike Scar, who goes down in the history books as what? The greatest villain of all time. And that is the point, because he is more ruthless, more evil to his bones than Gaston, hands down.
Time is up.
Perfect timing.
Up.
Ooh, that timing. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Hey, we appreciate the enthusiasm from all the competitors here tonight. So, with that being said, we're going to go to our next team. That will be Ruth and Edmund. You will have 1 minute to make your opening statement, and time will begin once you start talking.
All right, guys. I mean, plainly put, I was trying to wrap my head around how anyone could really assert Scar over Gaston. And I think I have the answer here right now. Scar deceives you guys with his veneer of villainy that covers his heroic undertones. While we have Gaston here, who's unabashedly, evil, but he uses his charisma, all right, to sort of like direct you in the wrong way. I don't think it's a real competition when you get down to the roots of the character, who's more evil and who's more egregious in the acts that they perform and their overall, behavior. But, that's a conversation for a few seconds from now.
And I was going to also say the reason Gaston is so terrifying is that there are so many Gastons that we personally know in our lives who find themselves in this situation where they are popular and everyone adores them. Everyone likes them despite them having manipulative instincts where they want to do things. And Gaston wants to marry Belle. That's what he wants to do. And he is literally determined to do anything to get it, even kill.
Time is up.
I see you breathing heavily there, Ruth.
Sorry, I got excited.
Maybe you should breathe.
She is very, very excited. There's a friend of ours here who's in the chat tonight. He wants to let you know, Ruth.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Christian says, Ruth, let me introduce you to Oxygen. Ruth, Christian, thank you for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. We have a bunch of people in the chat. We got people from Christian to Willow. Oh, who's this one? Is that Josh? Oh, Josh is here too. That's lovely. That is fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Like I said, you viewers are going to determine who is going to win this live Battle of the Nerds we have for you tonight. So be sure that you're listening in, hearing all the arguments, and hey, at the end of the show, we're going to ask you who wins in this Battle of the Nerds, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So, moving on. All right, so in round one, the question is the following, or excuse me, there's going to be 3 parts to this question, but the first part of it is the following. What are your characters' motives for being evil? Each team will be given a 2-minute opening statement, then the other team will be given a chance to do 1-minute rebuttal and go from there. So, since we started with Travis and Greg in the first part, we're going to go with Ruth, Edmund. I'm going to give you the chance. You're going to have up to 2 minutes to make an opening statement. What are your characters' motives for being evil? That is question number 1. Your 2 minutes will begin once someone starts talking. Ruth, Edmund, the floor is yours.
All right, well, Gaston wants to marry Belle, but he faces a lot of challenges coming that way. One, he, tries to woo Belle over. She's not about that. Then he tries to think of a way to force Belle into marrying him. He's looking for anything that will force her to marry him. And so, he sees, okay, everyone in the town kind of thinks that her dad is loony. Let me throw him into an insane asylum and force Belle to be like, you know what, if you marry me, I won't have your father sentenced to this insane asylum for life. So he puts her in that situation because he has this power in that town to make that happen. Then when, Belle proves that her father's not crazy and is like, no, the beast exists. That's totally a thing. My father's not crazy. Please don't throw him. Gaston is so quick to jump at that opportunity and to say that, well, we should go kill the beast. He plants these ideas in the villagers' heads, saying that, well, if I can't have Belle, then no one can, so I'm going to just go kill the one that she actually loves. At those 3 different points, he's consciously trying to get Belle to fall in love with him in any means necessary.
The only thing I'll add to that is, yeah, those are all, those are all the movie reasons why he's going after, or all the things that he's doing in the movie. But I think underlying his reasons and goals for being evil really boil down to one thing. He's trying to prove his masculinity and all of the toxic aspects that go with that. And that's a story that we've been reminded a lot of in society nowadays. I don't have to go over all the points about how that can get in trouble, but Gaston embodies all of that. And he's taken, whatever poison comes with it to assert that his dominance as a male. And I think that that's a very relatable and very scary goal, when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah, and I mean, he's at a place where he literally, out of all the town, is the leader. Like, Scar has to fight for that power of leadership. Gaston's already there, and he's doing whatever he can to keep it.
Time is up. Time is up. My goodness gracious, our competitors are never at a loss for words, and we're just getting into this. But anyhow, moving on to the next team, that would be Travis and Greg. You're going to have up to 2 minutes to make your opening statement. Your time will begin once someone starts talking. Travis and Greg, floor is yours. 2 minutes.
Gregory, I'm going to start this off. Edmund, what a good point about toxicity when it comes to masculinity. And what is more toxic than a man that wants everything? Just like Gaston, I get you. But let's look at it from a scale perspective. Gaston, he just wanted everybody to love him, sure, but he also was just trying to get Belle, just a simple one character. Our man Scar over here, he had bigger dreams, he had bigger goals. He wanted to rule a kingdom. He wanted to rule people. He wanted to be the all-seeing God amongst everyone. He wanted it to be that if anything had to happen, it'd be by his word and by his hand. And that is toxicity of power, my friend, and greed. And that is what makes him such an evil character, because of the fact he's willing to do whatever he can to reach the tippy top in order to control and manipulate everybody under his reign.
Not only that, like, Scar has been planning this for years. Like, he's been living in his brother's shadow for years. And what is the most evil thing that anyone can ever do is to kill their own family for power? Like, Scar not only kills his own brother, he tries to kill his nephew, who he just brings in and like nurtures and says, hey, like, like, you're my nephew, like, I love you. But at the same time, he's just like, I will end you to get what I want.
And I will say that there's nothing more evil in a character than someone who is smart, patient, and meticulous as Scar. Somebody that doesn't jump the gun and half-ass it just like Gaston does, because he sits back in the wings and he waits and he watches and he assesses and he looks for those opportunities. And that is a perfect example of a snake in the grass of a type of character. And that's what makes him so dangerous, even more dangerous than Gaston. If you had to put these two in a fight together against wits, Scar would definitely win hands down, because he's going to mentally outmaneuver Gaston easily in order to take him down, because he's just that maddening. He's just that evilly brilliant.
Time is up. Time is up. All right, thank you very much. Now each team is going to have a one minute rebuttal. So we'll go to Ruth and Edmund. You have 1 minute to make your rebuttal statement, and that 1 minute will begin once someone starts talking.
Look, my new friends, here's the problem. Here's the problem with everything you're saying. I think that this all stumbles down to you guys are underselling, the complexity of Scar in some key ways. All right. I think that Scar has a lot more going on for him, and his motivations can boil down to a lot more than him just trying to assert his dominance. All right. I don't want to simplify Scar in that way. Gaston, on the other hand, I think the beauty of his villainy is that it is straightforward. It is simple. It is unabashed, and it is direct. Scar doesn't have any of those characteristics to him.
And I was going to say, you guys were making fun of Gaston, like, oh, wow, all he wants is a girl. Are you kidding me? He has all this power over the town, and the one girl he's in love with doesn't like him back. And he has liked Belle ever since the first time that he saw her, which presumably is when they were kids, which is kind of mentioned in the movie, but not directly said. So, I mean, he's been waiting his whole life to marry her. Obviously, he's going to fight really hard to get that.
I mean, side note, no time for side note.
Time.
That's a good side note.
I like that one.
Oh boy, I'm sorry.
This time is so short. I have so many thoughts. Go ahead.
I know. Well, Ruth.
You gotta
you
simplify
being
everything.
the resident Disney nerd of the Nerd Culture YouTube channel, there's no wonder you know no shortage on words. But anyhow, Moving on. 1 minute rebuttal from the other team. That would be, I believe it's Travis and Greg is up next, if I'm remembering correctly. So Travis and Greg, you're going to have 1 minute to make your rebuttal statement, and that 1 minute will begin once someone starts talking.
I'm just going to open up with one thing, Greg, and that is going to be that I see the connection you guys are trying to make, saying that maybe overall and the actions that the two characters are trying to make are probably damn near equal. But I still think in the long run, though, if you look at Scar as a character, the fact that maybe he has a lot more going for him, yes, maybe he's a little bit more mixed internally when it comes to his intentions, but there's nothing more dangerous than a character who does evil things thinking that he's right, and that just makes for a better character arc overall instead of someone who's just, blatantly wandering around doing nothing with no purpose. Scar has a purpose, which makes him a little bit more meaningful as the evil character, and it makes him dangerous because that explains why people can try to side with him and maybe people wouldn't go against him. And that is the manipulation. That is the key. And also Jeremy friggin' Irons voices him, and how evil can you get with a voice? Thank you, chat, for bringing that up. Greg?
That is very true. And just to be very quick, Gaston's already there. He didn't have to work for anything. Scar has to work and claw and fight his way for everything.
Time is up.
Wow, that's 60 seconds. Really goes
I
fast.
tried to get mine done in 30, and then the second was like, Greg, go ahead. He went, bam. I'm like, damn it.
I was just like, well, I had two more, but it's fine.
Time is fleeting. So, moving on to your next question within round one, and that question is the following. How does your character seize the opportunity that comes before them to accomplish their goals? So how do they seize the opportunity? So we'll go, I believe we started with, what was it, Ruth and Edmund the last time, if I remember correctly. My memory's a little crazy. So we'll go with Travis and Greg to kick things off. You're going to have 2 minutes to answer that question. How does your villain seize the opportunity? 2 minutes. Make it good. Floor is yours. Travis, Greg, you have 2 minutes. When someone starts talking, you may begin. Go ahead.
So Scar didn't seize an opportunity. He created an opportunity. He knew as soon as he was born, he was never going to be king. The one thing that he always wanted to be was king. He knew he was never going to be king unless he got rid of his brother. So why not wait? Why not wait till your brother just randomly dies? But his brother had a son, and then with Simba, his line in the throne just fell one more shorter, and he was just like, well, now I have to make myself king. Now I have to figure out a way, make connections, make alliances, and make myself king.
And I'm also going to point out and saying that if we had, again, to compare these two, yes, we have a situation with the Gaston where he has the whole town kind of side with him and everything, but it's almost as if it's portrayed that the side easily just kind of openly just accepts him and loves him because he's the standard macho guy. Scar was popular. Scar was always the guy that was never the popular one. He was always a second thought to everybody he's ever come in contact with. And that can build a sort of rage in someone's heart so much that they would go and they would make drastic decisions. Not like Gaston, where he's just killing people that don't mean really that much to him at all. But Scar as a character is willing to kill blood, his own family, because he's so blinded by the hate, because he is that evil, because of what the world has put into him. And that makes him a dangerous character, because I believe that if you have a character that's willing to drop family blood over just random other people, I feel like there's a lot more that's messed up in that mentality, and there's a lot more determination and grit with an evil character such as Scar if he's willing to do something like that. And that shows that that character is able to take way more drastic steps than anybody else in the Disney Cinematic Universe, hands down.
Yeah, Gaston isn't related to anybody that he's crossing. He's just gathering up a bunch of people saying, "Oh, help me do this." Scar makes his way in the world.
He's like a cult leader.
Time is up. Time is up. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're going to move on to the next team of Ruth and Edmund. You're going to have 2 minutes to present your arguments, and those 2 minutes will begin once someone starts talking.
So there's nothing scarier than you having a person in power who everybody idolizes, despise them, having these really cruel intentions. I mean, everyone knows Scar is planning to do this bad thing. Gaston is loved and adored and has all these resources, has all these people on his side. Belle's the only one who actually sees him as being evil because he's so cunning that he's able to deliver himself as kind of a hero figure.
Look, I mean, the point was made on your team that Scar creates an opportunity for himself. I think that this boils down to Gaston being able to create opportunities
Yes, he
throughout
adapts.
his movie.
Yep.
He adapts throughout that entire movie. Yes, all right, everybody likes him, but like Ruth said, I think that's one of the scary parts of his character. He's able to use his cult of personality to his will at each and every possible moment in order to sort of like bend the world into the way he wants it to be.
And I mean, his manipulation in the beginning is so, like, that's his ally, but so quickly does he turn into a murderer when he finds out that Belle doesn't return his love and actually there's someone she loves more. Like, can you imagine if you love a girl and she doesn't like you back, so you're going to go kill the guy that she likes? That's Gaston.
That's a Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday. Well, I mean, a Tuesday for you and a Tuesday for Gaston seem pretty similar, so you might be a sick fuck. But,
maybe.
But,
Tuesday.
Look, I'm just saying here, Gaston, I mean, unabashed, direct, but adaptive. I can see your case for Scar. I really can, and I would sympathize with him having to go against Gaston because I do think he's the second best Disney villain. But when it comes down to it, I think Gaston just takes the cake in the way that he's able to sort of shape his reality.
Yeah, and he abuses
with the resources
power.
he have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Time is fleeting. I'm just kidding. Anyway,
Ryan, are you going to
each team's gonna have
serenade us?
Wait,
tonight?
can you put up Caleb's comment?
No.
Last one that he wrote?
No.
What?
Last one? Let me see. Is this it? Gaston is a
Yes.
straight up murderer. Scar couldn't even kill his own nephew. Gee whiz, Caleb, you may be onto something. I'm not sure. I've never seen either of these
Scar
movies.
didn't go and kill Gaston. I mean,
Okay.
He wanted
Anyway.
to.
But
Okay,
here we
anyways,
go.
kids.
Here we
All
go.
right. So we're moving on. Travis and Greg, your
Oh.
team is going to have up to 1 minute to make a rebuttal statement, and that 1 minute will begin when someone starts talking. Travis and Greg, you have 1 minute. Floor is yours.
I will just start off by saying that you guys are using the case of the fact that Gaston is manipulative and using the perception of everybody to his advantage. He sees an opportunity and he takes it. Sure, fine, but we can also say the same for Scar because in the case of him killing Mufasa, all right, he saw an opportunity, he took it. So same thing. It's just a matter of the level of execution. And I think Scar's is a little stronger in that category. And then if you look at it this way, if he becomes king and people know that they don't like him or that he's conniving and stuff, they can't say anything about it. Him moving up in the ranks and getting the top dog role is him manipulating his kingdom. Hands
Not
down.
just a town, an entire kingdom. And Scar adapted. Like he didn't think Mufasa would actually get there and save Simba. He didn't think like Mufasa would actually like climb up on the rock. But all he did was grab his hands, throw him off. Long live the king! And he killed his brother Caleb. So what? He didn't kill his nephew. Like, don't get your hands dirty.
Time. Oh boy. This is just too much fun. And by the way, thank you to everybody who is joining us live here tonight in the chat, throwing in your comments. Like I said, you're going to have the opportunity to vote on who wins this battle between Scar versus Gaston. We will get to that a little bit later on. But I believe we still have, boy, do we have a lot more to go, folks. It's just getting started. I mean, the pressure is on both of these teams, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I believe we're on to the next question, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes, we are, I believe. So, with that being said, your next question is the following, and this is for both teams. Who was the best at executing their plan? Yes, that is the question. Who was the best at executing their plan? Both teams are going to have 2 minutes to make an opening statement and a 1 minute rebuttal. Go to Ruth and Edmund to kick things off. You're going to have 2 minutes to make your opening statement. Those 2 minutes will start once someone starts talking.
okay, I can go.
Okay.
All right, so Gaston's goal is to marry Belle. That's all that he wants. And yes, that's small, but that's what he wants. So that's an okay motive. So he plants very strategically, lies around the town to get them to think that this beast is going to want to kill their children and take their wives and do all this stuff. And he succeeds. For whatever reason, we don't get Gaston's backstory. Whenever he entered in this town, he was able to get all of these people to come behind him. So he is very successful at creating a riot to go and capture the beast and does actually succeed in killing the beast to get Belle to himself. Evan, do you want to answer that?
I mean, simple. Scar rules, but he is no king. That's what it. I use that phrase a lot throughout this, but that is what it boils down to in a lot of these cases. Simplistically, like nobody accepts Scar as a ruler. Everybody accepts Gaston.
Yes.
Gaston is recognized as, you know, the charismatic figure that all of these people want to follow, and he's able to execute, I guess, every step of the plan except maybe winning the heart of Belle. But that doesn't, you know, betray any of the flawlessness of, you know, every step up to that.
And that's why Gaston is so evil, because he has it all except for the girl. He has all the support of everyone. He, you know, he's very strong and buff. He's a very skilled hunter. He has everything else going for him. So yes, he doesn't end up with the girl, but he succeeds at trying to do everything to get there.
What does Scar have, man? What does Scar have, man? I mean, yeah, he's able to exile Simba for a little while, but he's not accepted. His kingdom is run by plague, and then he gets killed by his own followers. I mean, fails pretty heavily and at every turn. I don't really see how you can compare the two.
And I mean, once he is ruler of the kingdom, it goes so badly. Like, they don't have any food. Even the hyenas who are on his side, what do they have for them? Nothing. All the gazelle have fled. So on how successful that is.
Time. Wow, someone's yawning. Someone must be tired. But anyway, moving on. I believe Travis and Greg, you have 2 minutes to make an opening statement. The question that is before you is this: who was the best at executing their plan? Who was best at executing their plan? My words are being messy today. I don't know why. But Greg and Travis, you have 2 minutes, and those 2 minutes will begin once someone starts talking.
I admire the fact that you brought up the point, because I knew it was going to go this direction, that yes, you're trying to defend the fact that Gaston technically didn't reach his goal of getting Belle. So there is that fact there. So you have to play that into account still. No matter what the turnout was for Scar, he was able to achieve his goal. The fact that he was actually able to play out his evil deeds should be a point towards Scar, regardless of what happened, first of all. And the second thing is that if you look at it, if his whole kingdom hated him, that's exactly the point. It's the fact that you have literally Gaston, somebody who's able to to have everybody love him, sure, fine. But the thing is, how ballsy do you have to be as an evil, psychopathic person if you literally have an entire community that you run that hates you, yet you're willing to keep yourself in the spotlight and say, what I say goes? That is a level of evil that you cannot fight, you cannot contradict, and that is a confidence that he has, knowing that I don't care if you hate me, you can't do anything about it. And that has so much more strength behind Scar as a character, I feel, than Gaston does.
Exactly. Like, if everyone in your kingdom hates you and still no one steps to you, like, that's not only fear, that is respect. Like, they respect him. Like, they respect his power and his authority. And like, why does he need to be accepted? He has what he wanted. He has what he wants for years and years and years. And because the antelope didn't run away, it was the Pride Lands was overhunted because Scar brought in the hyenas who were being starved out by the past king. The past king was not sharing the Pride Lands with the hyenas who also needed food. And if you even go to the second movie, like, they still weren't sharing the Pride Lands with the people that were following Scar. They had to hunt and kill, like, on another place, and they became, like, starved and just emaciated. So again, Scar got what he wanted. Gaston didn't. Plain and simple.
And time is up. Alrighty, gonna go on to.
Do we get to rebuttal or no?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Breathe.
I'm sorry, what was that, Ruth?
I said, do we get to rebuttal?
Yeah, no, yes, that's what I was getting at. Thank you for.
Sorry.
It's a very good segue into our next thing. So each team is going to be given 60 seconds. 60 seconds rebuttal. So we'll go with Ruth, Edmund. You have 1 minute. 60 golden seconds. Make them count. Those 60 seconds begin once someone starts talking. And remember, people, and this goes to all 4 competitors, breathe. Just breathe. I think I heard that in the trailer once. But anyway, Ruth, Edmund, 1 minute begins. Oh, wait a minute. Did someone just jump out of the room?
I gotta go on my own.
Okay.
I gotta go on my own.
Somebody jumped out of the room.
See,
he tapped.
What's going on?
He tapped.
He realized he can't compete.
Hold on, folks. Hold on. Before, it's a good thing we weren't in the middle of rebuttals. It could have been more.
Yeah, I guess that's
hold on a minute here. Greg, are you okay
so we're
there?
not going to press random buttons anymore.
Okay.
Dang it,
Greg! I gotta do a little bit.
Me.
Greg,
you're showing weakness.
Greg, because of your little technical snafu, I got to move some things around. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give me one moment as I switch a few gears here. So Greg, just give me a
Random
moment.
button.
Ryan's freaking out. He's internally freaking out right now.
It's okay, Ryan. You're doing great.
Just think about.
Travis.
No one cares.
Let me see if this works. I hope it does. Okay.
Ooh, all right.
All right. We may have shuffled the cards a little bit, but it doesn't matter because both teams are still in a good setup. Anyway, 1 minute rebuttals. I believe we were going to go to, what is it, Ruth and Edmund. You're going to have 1 minute to make a rebuttal statement. That 1 minute will start once someone starts talking.
I feel like I have to mention it, and then Edmund can say whatever he wants, but how come Mufasa didn't let the hyenas live in the Pride Lands? I mean, they were banished there with no food. So Scar is just an advocate for the hyenas. So really, hero moment. And then he relates to them because Mufasa also pushes him aside. So really what Scar is trying to do is take this underrepresented animal group of the Pride Lands and bring them back. I mean, if you think about when Mufasa was in power, he had all the animals bowing to them. I feel like he was more of a tyrant than Scar, who's just trying to equal the balance a little bit.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Look, I think you guys are completely neglecting, the more heroic aspects of Scar. Scar is the Lion King at its heart is a story about classism and Scar's attempt to reject that classist system. All right, maybe he goes about it in some questionable ways. All right, but at his heart, I think Scar wants to be the hero. He wants to be the brave person in the story who liberates. That can't be said for Gaston. Gaston only is in it for himself.
Time is up. Time is up. Thank you very much. Go over to the next team. That will be Travis and Greg. You have 1 minute to make a rebuttal and statement, and that 1 minute will begin once someone starts talking.
I think we're misconceiving the idea of how Scar interprets the whole social classism of like the hyenas and whatnot. I think what Scar did is that he saw an opportunity because they shut out the hyenas because the people were afraid of the hyenas because they were a wild bunch. Scar maybe, yes, was able to bond a relationship with them, but I think it was a manipulative way of him to get him on his side so he can have an army in order to go back and take over. I don't think it was him trying to make right by the society that the culture that he was living in had represented. I think it was him seeing an opportunity and an army and people that could follow him to give him the forces that he needed in order to execute his plan. I think that's what it was. I think it was just a front. And the fact that you guys think that it was what he was, the words coming out of his mouth means that he got you too. He manipulated you as well.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's not much else to say. Like, just because Scar helped out some people, like a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So
I mean, what does that mean? But, you know.
Time is up.
I panicked a little
I'm
bit.
not sure what the
Dang
heck
it,
just
Greg.
happened with those
I
last
panicked.
few
If my point wasn't so good, Greg, that would have been an awful rebuttal.
yeah, it would have been.
Gee whiz, I'm not sure where we were going there, folks. I feel like we were going to a different universe with those last 2 sentences from our good friend Gregory Lee over here. But that doesn't matter because what does
I actually remembered what I was going to say.
it's okay. We still love you.
Doesn't
around here,
matter
buddy.
now.
So we're gonna move into round number 2. And for those of you who are just joining us, I want to take this opportunity to say welcome. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for chiming in the live chat. Please feel free to drop your comments in the live chat because you're going to have the opportunity to vote on who wins this battle between Gaston versus Scar. Why do you ask? Well, why do we get to vote? What's the deal? Well, that's because you're watching Battle of the Nerds. That's why. So I just want to point that out there. I know I probably should have put this marquee up a little bit earlier, but you know what? It's better late than never, folks. It's
I
better
think that
late
was
than
smooth,
never.
Ryan. Good job.
Oh no, I
know,
like the
right?
way how you introduced it. Like,
Yeah, me
It
too.
was fun.
Very classy.
Yeah. It's all I can do. So we're moving on to round number 2. Both teams are going to be given 3 random scenarios, and they are going to have an opportunity to give a 2-minute opening statement with a 1-minute rebuttal. And then after that, we will move into round 3. So for round 2, like I said, each team's going to be given 3 random scenarios. These scenarios were picked at random from a weirdo deck of cards, and this is how it turned out. So, question number 1, like I said, it's going to go to both teams. We will start with Travis and Greg to make their 2-minute opening statement to the following question. When it comes to your characters, who would win in a hurdles race? Who would win in a hurdles race? That is
Can
the
I see this
question.
deck of
That is the
cards of
scenario
which
that your
this
character
this question has been picked out of?
put in. Oh, it was picked out of a random deck of cards, ladies and gentlemen, and they were picked randomly by a third party. So, Greg and Travis, you have 2 minutes. why would your character potentially win in a hurdle race against the other character? Those 2 minutes, boy, is this going to be interesting or what in the comments section, folks. 2 minutes begins once someone on your team starts talking.
I'm just going to start speaking now because I don't even think we need 2 minutes. We're talking about a big old jack dude and a lion? A magnificent, agile creature who is just bolting on all fours. Like, I mean, there's no contest. Put those two next to each other and have them go do the hurdles race. I guarantee you Scar is going to do that every time. And I don't know how we got here anyway, because this is a random question.
It's a very random question.
It's a random question, and I like it, though, because this clearly helps us out, because there's no way you have an agility as majestic as someone as a lion, especially as Scar, and you tell me he's not going to win? I mean, come on. He's got speed over Gaston.
Exactly. And what does Gaston hunt with? A gun? He doesn't have to run after a gazelle. He doesn't have to hunt. He doesn't have to hunt packs of gazelles on foot. Like, oh my goodness.
I know. He doesn't even know what to say.
Like,
also, I can't even remember. What does Gaston's legs look like? I feel like he missed leg day. He's all chest. He's too heavy. He's going to barrel over on the first hurdle. He's got no height. I bet he can't even do a 72-inch vertical jump. I bet money on that one.
Gaston is all upper body. Like, he does not do leg day. Gaston skips leg day every single week.
And that's where you messed up. You played yourself.
He played him. He's all upper body. He doesn't have that lower body to even get over the hurdles. And what, he's running on his two legs at 5 miles per hour at most? Like, how's he actually going to be a lion that can run at least like 15, 20 miles per hour?
Again, boiling it down to finish our point, it comes down to two things. What you need in a hurdle race is that you need speed, you need agility, and that is exactly the two things that a lion has to have, and that is what Scar has, because that is bred into him from day one as an animal in the animal kingdom. Gaston, maybe he could train, but he ain't ever going to beat that. I'm done. I mean, that's it.
Gaston didn't even have legs.
It's really like, yeah, okay, tell me I'm wrong.
I will. I'll tell you.
Right beat a lion.
Okay.
Right now, I'll tell you how you're wrong.
All right.
Yeah, and then you can go first.
I was
They're
going
going to blow my mind. They're going to say something, I'm going to go, uh-oh.
I was going to say, you guys are having way too much fun with this. So, the other team, that would be Ruth and Edmund. You're going to have 2 minutes to make your opening statement. Who would win in a hurdle race? Your 2 minutes, if you should choose to use all of 2 minutes. And like I said, and this goes to all the competitors out there, if you don't want to talk anymore and you're just kind of tired of it, just say we can see the rest of our time. And that means I can stop the timer, we can move on to something else.
All right, is that a backhanded comment, Ryan?
No, Travis, I'm just reminding the competitors on both sides of the coin here, okay?
Then don't give me a question that I can answer in 10 seconds, all right? How's that?
Don't make me put you in timeout, mister. Okay, so Ruth and Edmund, you're going to have up to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And Ruth, I don't know, you may be at a loss for words here, but we'll find out. And the 20,000 people who are watching this live are going to find out. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and your 2 minutes will begin when someone starts talking.
Look, I mean, number one, Scar is a lion, so the question about, or it's questionable whether he understands the concept of a hurdle in the first place. Disregarding that and saying that, maybe his animal brain can't understand that concept. No one jumps hurdles like Gaston. It's in the song. He's a physically dominant beast in every single way. Mm-hmm. Scar, on the other hand, is the crappiest lion in his pride. There's a reason that he is no Mufasa. There's a reason that he's no Simba. Okay? He's physically sickly. You can see just by his physique that you're talking about no leg day. Look at his legs. His legs are way worse compared to every other animal in that movie.
Yeah.
All right. It's really simplistic. I don't know how you guys are advocating for Scar in any physical challenge. The entire point of that movie is that Scar uses his wit because he is physically so terrible.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, as opposed to Gaston.
Exactly. And you guys were saying that Gaston isn't agile. In the final battle scene with the beast, he literally scales multiple rooftops to stab the beast in the back. So that is completely without question. You obviously didn't watch that scene. He has leg power. Also, Travis, shut the fuck up. Also, Gaston is so much stronger than Scar because, again, Scar is he's whiny. All he does is complain and whine and plays the victim. Gaston is way too macho to ever play the victim. He is gonna fight until he wins.
Oh, if Gaston was somehow behind in this competition, which he would not be behind in, he'd just shoot the fucking lion because that's how he does it. All
yes,
right?
Gaston would cheat his way to the top. Scar would just fucking play the victim and try to, manipulate that situation. We ain't got time for that. This is hurdles.
You can't pull any of that emotional manipulation that Scar was trying to do all throughout Lion King on Gaston. Gaston gives no craps.
No, not gonna work. Literally, if it's head-to-head, not gonna work.
And time. Time is up. Time is up. My goodness gracious, I think some of the words spoken during that opening statement are not considered Disney-friendly words or wouldn't be included in a Disney film. But that's okay, because we're here to have fun, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you chiming in the chat right now, because I'm seeing these comments, and wow, there's some really some good debate in the comments, I'm not going to lie. But each team is going to be given a 1 minute to have a rebuttal statement. So, I believe it's Travis and Greg. 1 minute. Your 1 minute will begin once someone starts talking.
3 points. I got him. I got him, Greg. On 3 points. You're going to talk about him scaling the side of a castle or whatever. Fine, he can do that. That's all upper body, though. You don't need upper body you don't need upper body for doing the hurdles. All right, so you can just scrap that one right there. Also, you're going to tell me if we're going to talk about who's going to cheat. Scar could easily just get the hyenas on Gaston and just completely surround him and just rip him apart before he can even get a shot off. So there you go on that one. I don't think Scar's below doing that. And 3, you're going to talk about how skinny he is and everything. You might think he's feeble, but maybe he's playing it down so that way he can surprise people at the end with, oh, I'm actually pretty agile. He's just lighter on his feet at that point. Therefore, he can make the hurdles a lot quicker and a lot faster, all right? It's a power play, all right? He doesn't need to show off because he's got him. He's got the speed. He's got the agility, hands down.
How many Olympic sprinters have you seen built like Gaston? None. No. Scar is built like a sprinter. He beats up on a younger lion. When at the end, Simba should have killed Scar outright because he's old. But no, he has to fight.
Time is up. Time is up, gentlemen. I'm sorry, but your time is expired. Moving on.
I noticed that Greg gets choked up when he sees the counting. He's like,
I do. I was just like,
it's scary
because I'm trying to look at them and then not pay attention to the counting.
The countdown in certain situations can be very intimidating, but nonetheless, we're going to move on to, I believe it's Ruth and Edmund. You're going to have 1 minute to make a rebuttal statement, and oh lordy, I'm sure you're not going to be short on words for this one. Your 1 minute is going to start once someone on your team, respectively, starts talking.
All right. I just want to say good points if every single one of those points wasn't demonstrably proven wrong. Number 1, climbing requires legs. This is a universal fact. Okay. Number 2, Scar, by the end of the movie, is not in any position to be making deals with hyenas. Number 3, Scar loses in every single physical challenge. If there was a time for him to burst with strength, it would be when he was Disney friendly, when he was about to freaking die. All right. All right. So I don't really understand where you guys don't have any legs to stand on, just like Scar doesn't. I'm sorry.
I know, and he is a hunter, and he's a very good hunter. I think if anything, we physically, Gaston is superior in every single way. He hunts animals like Scar, and he literally battles a beast who is 20 times the weight and height of Scar. It's nothing he's never dealt with before. And I don't know if you guys remember, but they literally wrestle around. Gaston doesn't have a gun. They're
Time is up. So, with that being said, I have been told by one of our producers, if you are out there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat and you are enjoying this, please like and share this live stream with your friends, your families, your coworkers, because it's a Disney villain-style Battle of the Nerds, and quite frankly, this has been a lot of fun, and we still got a little bit of game to go. My goodness gracious. Your next question in round 2, excuse me, I should say round 2, your next random scenario, and this one, if you thought the first one was random, oh, Nelly,
Ryan?
The next one is going to be even more crazy.
What is going on here?
Your question is the following. Who would win, when it comes to your characters, who would win in a game of dodgeball? Who would win in a game of dodgeball? You're going to have 2 minutes.
No.
2 minutes. Like I said, 2 minutes to make an opening statement along with a 1 minute rebuttal. That's how it's going to work. We're going to go with Ruth and Edmund on this. You're going to kick things off with 2 minutes, and those 2 minutes will begin when someone, and I do believe someone, starts talking.
See, everything that we said in the first part of this discussion about his physicality, all right, and the fact that Scar has no hands. So,
Yes. Edmund, I really think we don't need to do anything except reiterate what we said, which exactly how is Scar holding that ball? And I know you guys will try and be like, well, he moves his tail. No, that's not.
Yes,
that's not how that works, you know?
Yes, his scrawny tail.
And are you
scrawny tail that could not move rubber?
Gaston will catch any. I mean, think about how dodgeball works. Gaston's catching anything that Scar's throw at him first of all with those killer arms. I mean,
really, guys? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, tap out now if all 3 questions are about to be physical. Because
yeah, exactly. You just can't.
Like, that's an undeniable thing that Gaston just has over Scar.
Yeah, if this were a wits question, Gaston would still win, but we would be able to debate a little bit more.
It would be almost fair.
Yes, but this.
Yeah, but you know.
No,
you
Gaston.
No. Go with the Jack dude with biceps the size of 3 pythons.
I mean, are you kidding? Those arms.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're not even gonna see the ball.
Yeah.
Edmund, I don't know. You want to sit here?
I'm done. Like he's a physical.
What should we say?
He is peak physicality. The perfect human body.
Those. Remember,
the perfect human body.
5 dozen eggs every day. You think that you're gonna be able to throw a dodgeball?
6 dozen eggs. 6 dozen eggs as a man.
I mean,
Arnold.
Yeah, and plus, like he definitely has super good aim. Are you kidding? He hunts geese in the sky when they're flying. If he can shoot a gun into a bird, he can throw a ball at a lion.
Ruth, we're done. The evidence. There's too much evidence here. I mean, we got
overqualified, Ryan.
Yeah, we're over.
This
was over in the first 5 seconds. We're just hurting them now.
Yeah, I don't even know what they'll say, honestly.
Time is up. Wow. I didn't even do the 10. I did a 5 count, but you know what? You guys were kind of tapped out within the last 20, 30 seconds, so that's okay. We still love you. Travis and Greg, goodness gracious. You're going to have 2 minutes should you choose to, use all 2 minutes of them. If you don't, just say we can see the rest of our time and I'll stop everything. 2 minutes begins once somebody on your team respectively starts talking. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
We might not need the whole 2. I'll say that now. But let's just go down the line here. I will say, first of all, dodgeball is going to move a lot slower than a bullet. So don't think for a second that he's going to be hitting him as easy as he's shooting something out of the sky. Yeah, sure, he's got some accuracy, but when you have that extra time in between, I don't even care. Also, I don't care how roided up you are as Gaston as a character. Those muscles are going to slow you down just enough to the point where if he could shoot a lion probably, fine. But if you're using a dodgeball, you have that extra time. Scar's going to be able to outmaneuver him easily, especially with those 4 legs working with him. And also, the matter of fact of the logistics of it, of him picking up a ball, simple Disney physics, claws into the ball, retract, and then and just let go. Like, your joints move in such a weird way anyway. He has the agility of a human practically. It doesn't even matter. And also, I'd like to thank somebody in the chat, I forget who it was, who said he could easily just turn around and just back kick that thing right at him. I don't even care. Remember the rule of dodgeball. It only takes 1 hit without it getting caught for him to go out. And him being so kind of clunky as a character doesn't even matter.
I don't know why you're only putting up these comments, but okay.
Also, Gaston's huge. He's just a big target. Like, all he is a big target. And so what? He can throw a ball really hard. That's good for him. But Scar can catch it with his mouth. Scar picks up a mouse in the movie. He picks up a skull in the movie. So Disney physics, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need hands. He doesn't need hands. He can catch the ball with his mouth, and then Gaston is out. Like, so what if he's a good hunter? Like,
he could ricochet the ball like a bat with his tail, just whip around.
Exactly. Just a bat. He just has a bat at the end of his body.
This is an air scenario, Matthew.
Exactly, and that's because it's Disney. Disney allowed us to make this comment saying that Scar is more capable to do it than just a regular lion because of the nimbility that they give him. So exactly my point.
Lions I don't even need it. So much faster than humans. Like, come on. Like, okay, he can shoot a geese out of the sky. Good for him. He eats eggs. Good for him. Scar eats elephants, gazelles, zebras. Like, okay.
Ball in midair, he probably couldn't even make it.
Time's up. My goodness, the chat is on fire.
This is getting difficult.
This is getting real entertaining.
I really want to see this deck of cards.
Each team is going to have 1 minute rebuttal here for the question: who would win in a game of dodgeball between Scar and Gaston? That's interesting. Maybe they'll put that on ESPN 8, the Ocho. But anyway,
they will.
Ruth and Edmund, you have 1 minute, 1 golden minute. As a statement.
I love
and your 1 minute will begin when someone starts talking.
I love that one of the comments made on your side was, "Oh, so Gaston can throw a ball really hard." Yeah, that wouldn't matter in anything that wasn't a game specifically designed for that.
Yes, everything you guys have said had a disclaimer over it, which I just want to point out. And second of all, like, you think that someone who knows how to shoot a gun accurately doesn't know how to throw a ball accurately? That's literally like the pregame to own a gun, is to be able to throw a ball. So that is completely just not applicable.
This is a game based off of athleticism and coordination, which Gaston is shown to have in spades. Scar is shown or implied to basically have not at all. How you guys are underplaying Scar's innate physicality is beyond me. Like, it truly is.
No, Gaston's biceps have biceps. And again, what Edmund's saying is Scar was created to be the cynical, like, clever brother. Mufasa got all the build.
Time's up. Time's up, I said. Anyway, don't make us put you in the corner, Ruth. Anyway.
Breathe, Ruth.
Travis and Greg.
Ruth, I don't think you've breathed for the last 50 minutes.
Okay.
What's that?
There you go.
I don't think anyone's breathed in the last... How long have we been going? 50 minutes, thank you. 1 minute rebuttal, your 1 minute, Travis, Greg. We'll start once someone starts yapping. Excuse me, starts talking. Let me be more professional with my words. Starts talking.
I think what's going to happen is the fact that I didn't say, so Ruth, I hate you for putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that he couldn't throw a ball properly. I'm saying in comparison to the velocity of a bullet, that a ball is going to be much slower than a bullet no matter how hard you throw it. So I don't think he's got the speed and agility that he would with a gun. So don't tell me that hunting is in comparison fully to the action of dodgeball. Yes, he's probably going to have a strong arm, fine. But I still think Scar, as the agile creature that he is going to be able to outmaneuver him. And then if we want to look at it, he's going to do it strategically. Gaston's going to get all heave-ho, and he's going to try to grab every single ball he can and throw it. And Scar, what's he going to do? He's going to wait it out. He's going to outmaneuver every single shot that he takes until, guess what? Gaston has no balls in his court, and then it's all up to Scar to just start laying into him. And guess what? That clunky body, he's not going to be able to bounce around forever. All right? And again, what Greg said, wide target.
Very wide target. And, like, again, no legs. He's not going to be able to be more agile than a cat. What human is more agile than a thing that is built to hunt other living creatures?
Time is up. Time is up, gentlemen. Time is up. My goodness gracious, these scenarios. Whew, Nelly. All right,
are we not
moving on
be
to the
friends
next
after
one.
this?
I don't know.
I don't think anyone's going to be friends after this.
We'll see.
We made a friend and lost a friend all in one day.
Okay. Anywho, your next question, and then this will be the end of round 2 before we go into round number 3. And by the way, for those of you in the live chat, thank you so much for your comments tonight. We really appreciate your support. If you haven't had a chance yet, please share this live stream with your friends, your families, your coworkers, because this is about to get even more heated. And then it's going to get even more intense in round number 3. So even so, your next question, between your two characters, here we go. Question is... I can't believe you know what? I'm a little shocked at the scenario, but I'll read it anyway.
Oh, no.
Who would win in a verbal debate between your two characters? Who would win? Would Gaston win or would Scar win in a verbal debate? If an animal and a guy see each other on the street and they have an argument, who would win in a debate? You're going to have 2 minutes. That's right, 2 minutes to put together a statement for that one and a 1 minute rebuttal from each team. So just keep that in mind as we go along. 2 minutes. We'll go with, you know what? I'm interested to hear what they have to say. Ruth, Edmund, help me out here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes starts when someone on your team, respectively, starts talking.
All right. I mean, it's simple. Gaston has proven charisma. I mean, in a way that Scar just doesn't have. All right. He's able to, relate to the hyenas in a particular way, which allows him to use, their abilities. All right. But he's not proven to be effective with anybody except them who are looking for an opportunity. Gaston is a proven orator, okay, from the song where everybody describes his ability, all right? He is proven to be able to definitely talk with the masses, talk with individuals, and to get everybody to like him, all right? And that's essentially what debate boils down to. So really, Gaston here outclasses Scar just once again.
Yeah, I mean, Gaston's whole weapon is manipulating with his words. I mean, he plants these rumors and gets everyone on his side. I mean, he abuses his power with his wit. And I mean, yes, he pokes fun at like Belle for reading books, but he himself is actually very intelligent and cunning. And when he allows himself to think of these plans, they are good plans. So I just really don't see how. I mean, yes, Scar does take over the kingdom by killing, but Gaston doesn't need to kill because he's so good with his words. He gets everyone on his side.
You see, I know exactly that they're going to go the whole route that, Scar uses big words and he has a smooth way of talking. All right. Who's president? Donald Trump. All right. Gaston wins.
Yeah.
It's got real.
Oh, that's a good point.
Do you can see the rest of your time?
Yeah, are you scared?
No.
Just quivering a little, but that's just a natural thing.
I can see
All right, Travis,
Gaston
we'll see.
is president.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Gaston's
because
president.
I just want to point back to the fact that there are so many Gastons we know in our life who we don't want to have a conversation with. Why is that?
Time's up. Wow, there are some hot takes and some hot comments in the chat. Let me tell you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Travis and Greg, you're gonna have 2 minutes. Who would win in a debate if Scar and Gaston they met up on the street, they got into an argument, or if they're running for office, whatever, and they're debating? So who would win? Would it be Gaston or would it be Scar? You have 2 minutes, and those 2 minutes are gonna start once someone begins talking. The floor is yours, gentlemen. 2 minutes.
I don't even think Gaston can read. Can he even read? Like, he takes a book and looks at it like it's some foreign object. Like, can Gaston even read? I don't think so. He's not in that entire song. No one says that Gaston is smart. No one says that he's smart. He's just a dude that can talk. He's just a very popular guy. Like, how many popular football players do we know in high school that are doing very well with their brains right now?
Okay.
Wow.
Like, how many of the
jock take offense?
like I was a jock, so I mean, but still, how many people like Gaston are known for being smart? None. Not a single one. All you remember is that they're strong and they're like huge. That's it.
And I am going to point out, I know you guys were trying to smack it down before I could pick it up. I wasn't going to, Scar uses big words and stuff. I was going to boil it down to the fact that he has an eloquence about him and the way he postures himself and the way that he speaks in order to basically give himself a presence when he enters the room. And that is the smart thing that somebody does when in a debate. They try to make their presence known so that way people keep eyes on them at all times. Then you're going to go and you're going to say that he was able to befriend the hyenas but nobody else. But the thing is, though, it's because we saw him at the early stages of his plans, because he knew that the only reason why he just befriended the hyenas is because that was the only thing he needed in order to achieve what he wanted. He had no need to want to get everybody in the kingdom on his side. He knew, I just need to do this in order to do this. All right, that's an intelligence factor. He's not wasting his time doing unnecessary things that are going to waste his time personally. Okay, he's going to do what needs to be done and get from point A to point B as quickly as possible because he is precise as a character, and that precision is what's going to make him very deadly in a debate overall. And of course, if we're going to talk about plans when it comes down to it, Gaston, it's a simple point A to point B. He's like, hey, let's go storm the castle and do that stuff, and it fails inevitably. But Scar, he's always working behind the curtain, working in the background, getting what he wants behind closed doors.
Time is up.
I like that.
All right.
Ryan, don't you dare!
Enough. Quit yapping.
I'm complimenting my
Listen,
teammate.
I'm the host and moderator. If I want to put you guys in a corner, I will do it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me turn Patrick Swayze on you. But anyway, you're gonna have 1 minute rebuttal. That's a movie reference for those of you who have no idea what I just said. So Ruth and Edmund, you're gonna have 1 minute rebuttal statement here. Those 60 seconds are going to begin when someone on your team starts talking. 1 minute. Let's make it good.
Cool argument. Again, if they weren't all wrong. Okay, it's not about intelligence first and foremost. It's boils down to Plato. All right, read Plato. All of his dialogues in Socrates are essentially about how democratic society is not about intelligence. It's about who has the best present and who has the most the rhetorical ability to sway the crowd. Okay, you're making the point for Scar, but Scar convinces absolutely nobody except literally the only group that would be swayed by anybody. All right. Gaston, on the other hand, is able to sway an entire town of reasonably good people or reasonably understood people, people who are reasonably understood to be good. All right, into doing his bidding throughout that entire movie. You guys are underplaying Gaston's, manipulative nature once again.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the town loves Gaston. Everyone thinks that he's good, and that's dangerous. They are fully ready to be persuaded by him. They listen to everything he has to say already. So,
time's up. Time's up. Disney nerd. Time is up. Time is up. Travis and Greg, what is it? 1 minute. 1 minute rebuttal. 1 minute will start once someone on your team starts talking. 1 minute. Make it good.
Everybody in the town sides with Gaston because everyone in the town is like Gaston. They're all bullies. They all bully Belle for reading and being smart and being different. Scar has to go to the hyenas that already do not trust lions for kicking them out of the Pride Lands and has to convince them to join his side so that they will never go hungry again. And what does he do? He convinces them with his words, not with his strength or like being a bully like Gaston, but with his words, with his way with words.
With his way with words.
And
I like how you said words.
Because Scar is smooth, man.
And again, I'm just going to say right off the bat, we try to make this statement about, like, you saying Plato and everything, and how, like, you're basically trying to boil it up to the fact that his intelligence or his eloquence isn't going to basically elevate him in any way in the debate if they were to have one. But that's exactly the point, though. It doesn't matter if that's what Plato stated. He still does that, though, because he uses that as a means for them, once again, to keep eyes on him, to get his voice heard, and that's when he needs to get the job done.
Time is up, gentlemen. Time is up. The time has expired. Time is up. That is going to do it for round 2. Good heavens almighty. If the comment section wasn't on fire before, it will be now. So thank you very much for joining us. Make sure to share this out to your friends, your families, your coworkers. It is a live battle of the nerds. We have 2 teams going at it. They are going up. It's Gaston versus Scar. Who's going to win? Well, guess what? That's where you come in, the audience. You are going to decide who's going to win this battle of the nerds tonight. But before we move on to round 3, I've been informed from the backstage area that there is someone who wants to make an appearance and explain themselves as to why these scenarios have come across our desk, why these 3 cards were thrown out of a random deck of cards. And while that person is explaining themselves, I'm going to step out. I'm going to give the competitors a minute to catch their breath, take a swig of water or whatever energy drink that they choose to drink during the course of the night. So that person is none other than Caroline is here. Caroline, welcome to the show. And this is where Ryan is going to step out for a moment. So Caroline, the floor is yours. Do you want to explain yourself about why you're here?
So I am the evil genius behind this battle. It's not Scar Gaston, it's me. Fun fact.
Well done. Well done.
So Greg kept complaining about where these scenarios came from. So I have to clear that up. I have a whole game.
What is this game? What is this game?
nice.
Like
Sponsor?
Like what?
Literally, it's a celebrity who would win. It's like you pick 2 celebrities. So let's say Darth Vader versus Bill Gates.
Darth Vader wins.
And then you pick a scenario card, which is the hurdles one that I picked earlier. Then you debate who would win hurdles. So I picked literally random events from.
I want you to burn that deck of cards.
No, it's
nice to know we had an original idea. Dang.
My goodness.
Yeah, we stole it from the game.
Also, Greg, I want to make fun of the fact that she was just like Darth Vader versus Bill Gates, and you're just like Darth Vader, but then you see them fight, and Darth Vader's like starts like choking and just like crippling the ground, and then Bill Gates goes, "Yeah, I made your respirator."
Clear a few things up because I am the one watching the chat right now. The way we're gonna do voting is I'm going to post when it's time for votes, like this for Scar, like this for Gaston. So whoever you're voting for, like that comment from the Nerd Culture page, and that's how we're gonna tally up votes.
Okay.
Get on it!
Right.
Everyone in the chat.
All right.
Vote Gaston.
Everyone vote for Scar, please.
Gaston for president.
We don't want to make the same mistakes twice.
Ugh. Goodness gracious. Well, I'm back. So, Caroline, thank you for coming in. Thank you for explaining yourself as to why those scenarios came across our desk, which are so
You're doing
weird.
great, sweeties.
Thanks.
Caroline's very proud of us, guys. Caroline, thank you for joining us. Is there any last words you want to give our competitors in the audience before you leave?
Well, you're going into the last round, so be ruthless.
Okay.
Now it's time to leave. Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
So be
Gaston didn't
ruthless
even
is
kill
what
his
you want
own
to leave
brother,
us
but
with.
that's cool.
Okay, that's wonderful. So we are going to remove Caroline for a minute here. Caroline, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. We will see you in a
Bye,
bit.
guys.
Alrighty. My goodness.
Isn't it nice when Mom stops
moving
by to
around
see how we're doing?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
We're
Isn't it
behaving.
nice when Mom stops by to see how we're doing?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. So round 3, this is where it all comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Round 3 is the kicker. It's where it all comes down to. So gather your energy, harness as many lightning bolts as you can from Thor of Odin's son or from somebody else in the MCU. I don't know. They're all owned by Disney. What can you say? Disney owns everything. So each team's going to be given 1 minute. 1 minute to make a closing argument. This is for all the Marvels.
Oh, boy.
1 minute. That's right. 60 bloody seconds to make your voice heard. Both teams, 1 minute. Make it good. Ruth, Edmund, you're going to go first. Oh, yeah.
Wait, sorry. We have
You're
1
gonna go
minute?
first.
Yeah, these
1
are
minute,
final
that's
thoughts.
right. You gotta,
These are final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts. You got to sum up everything that's happened tonight in 60 itty-bitty little seconds so that the audience can see and hear it. So Ruth and Edmund, just so you know, no pressure. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. So Ruth, Edmund, 1 minute on the clock, and that 1 minute is going to start once someone on your team starts talking.
Look, I mean, what can be said except what's already been said? Gaston, physical specimen. Gaston, charismatic as hell. Gaston, just all around unabashed in his evil. It was a tough battle for Scar. Scar, I think, is number 2. All right, and I think Scar put up a good fight, but in the end, Gaston just outclasses him in every single way because he is a dominant character, and he proves it. He proved it to be in this match.
I mean, the fact that Gaston manipulates the entire town to side with him to put Maurice in the asylum, and then so quickly switches them into murderers to go kill the Beast, is just, I mean, he has the wits. And then physical strength again, dodgeball, hurdles, he would win. He has a mouth that can talk for himself. And I mean, honestly, if Scar walks into a party, I mean, he's super sassy. I'm not bothered. He's likable qualities. But if Gaston walks into a party, I have to leave. That is not any energy I'm trying to be around at all.
Time is up. Time is up. All right. Thank you very much, that team, for your closing arguments. You got to wrap everything up here. So Travis, Greg, this is it. Battle of the Nerds. Gaston versus Scar. We've heard from the first team. Now we're going to hear from you guys. You guys are going to wrap this whole thing up for us. You got 1 minute to make your closing argument. Who is the better villain here? Is it Gaston or is it Scar? 1 minute, and that 1 minute is going to kick off when someone starts talking. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
We have determination, we have agility, we have precision, and we have patience. All deadly things that Scar has that makes him such an evil character, all right? He's very mindful of his surroundings, and he uses it to his advantage any potential moment that he can get. And you're going to sit there, and when you say that Gaston, he turns the town against him and everything, and he's witting and stuff, fine. But he relies too much on his strength that he's not witting enough to win in a fight because he uses his strength overall, and it gets to his head. Therefore, he makes blind decisions in the moment, and that is inevitably what is going to be his downfall because Scar is going to logistically think about the fight and look for weaknesses and take advantage of those weaknesses. And then overall, let's look at it this way. Gaston, how did his story end? He went up against a beast. Scar is a beast, and that's going to end the same way.
And also, I fail to have heard that Gaston succeeded in his goal. Scar achieved his goal, and his philosophy lived on even after death.
Boom.
So not only did he win in the moment, he won in the future.
Time is up.
This guy, though.
Time is up. Which means
I
did that
tired.
one without looking at Ryan, so I didn't start tripping up.
Which I know, right? Which means the millions and millions of you watching this, you call the shots. Who's going to win this thing? Is it going to be Gaston or is it going to be Scar?
Yes, it is.
We don't know. All we know is that you out there, the people who are watching this, you're going to vote. You're going to put those votes down in the chat, in the comments, as I believe Caroline explained a few moments ago. So get your votes in. We're going to give it a few. What do we want to do? What did Caroline say? We're going to give it a few minutes. Is that what you said?
Yeah, here's my question. We can all talk about how we feel after all this because I feel exhausted. But I want to say one thing, Ryan. I feel like you missed a really good opportunity to pull like a rock moment and just be like, guys, what do you think? And the second we start talking, go, it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah,
hilarious. Missed such a good
I know.
opportunity.
I'm sorry, but I will give our competitors a
drained.
few minutes to collect themselves because the votes are up to you. So we have it right here. It's in the chat. I'm seeing it on the screen. Like a certain vote for Scar, and then like the other vote for Gaston. So it's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching this at home. You're watching this in your office. Maybe you're watching it at a friend's house. Vote. Put your votes in. We want to hear from you. And by the way, let's give our competitors a round of applause. Let's give them a golf clap. Because they did a phenomenal job tonight. I want to say thank you to Edmund, Ruth, Travis, and Greg. You all did a wonderful job. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate that. Before we find out who wins, I want to ask you guys, what was it like doing these debates, and would you ever be up for doing one somewhere down the line? We'll go to Ruth and Edmund first. What are your thoughts on your overall performance in this matchup?
Oh, like I thought this was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd do this 100% again. I know you guys are also doing a comics one sometime down the line.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, Team DC all the way, so
Oh my.
Exactly. DC all the way. Marvel doesn't hold a candle. So if I can come back for that one, I'll be prepped for this. But I think it was a lot of fun working with Ruth to advocate for Gaston. So, this was cool.
Yeah,
Here's
I
to
know.
many more.
I imagine Ruth is very happy that she had somebody carry the team for her.
So, yeah, I was going to say, any thoughts, Ruth, you want to share with our viewers? What are your thoughts on your team's performance in this matchup, and would you ever do a debate again?
I mean, Edmund is a great partner. We do a lot together, actually. We're really good friends. And he's just great to work with. We vibe really well. So I feel like really strong in what we delivered today. Yeah, I mean, I know we're going to do a lot more of these kind of like March Madness style battles where we debate at the end of the month. I mean, if they're Disney, I will bring it. If they're not, I might have to research a bit, but I'll still bring it. So.
Yeah, you're going to have to, Ruth, because maybe
I was going to say,
you might be
for every
alone.
debate match that's ever been put on film, everyone preps, Ruth. So just in case if it's not something that's Disney, which I know Disney is your bread and butter, you got to prepare for this stuff. You can't just think, Disney's top of the line. No, there are other brands out there that demand your attention, not just Disney. But anyway, moving on to the other team, Travis and Greg, what are your thoughts on your performance in this matchup, and would you ever do a debate again?
I didn't know it was going to be this long.
What?
I literally listened. I saw they gave us like a rough layout of it. We'll keep to this kind of structure, and and the thing is, I was like, cool, we'll like blow through this and everything, and then we got to like 40 minutes, and he was like, all right, that is now we're getting into round 2. I'm like, wait, we're still on round 2? Like what? So I literally sprinted and then realized, oh god, I got like a few more miles to go. So like that, I will know that for next time. But overall, it was very fun. It got very difficult. I'm just saying it got difficult. It didn't say you won.
It was easy over here. I don't know about you, bro.
Let the other team have their moments.
Blind confidence is the downfall, man.
It seems like there were some questions, some questionable questions that seem to be leaning towards a certain team, but I believe that even with that hurdle, we had a good time. We argued our points.
Greg, don't you dare sell yourself short. You killed it. You killed it. Even when you were like at the end, you killed it, man.
That was just for for a certain audience. They know what I'm talking about, so they already know. But no, this was a lot of fun. I'm physically exhausted from talking, and I would do this again.
Wonderful. Well, that's great. Well, I know all of us here at Nerd Culture want to take this opportunity to thank our special guests tonight. Edmund, this was your first time in this sort of stream, in this sort of environment, with this group of crazy people such as myself. My question to you is, do you think we're all crazy, or do you think we're just one of the fellow friends or nerds you would hang out with on any given day?
Dude, I mean, what's a nerd if he isn't a little bit crazy? Like, I mean,
I like this guy.
You guys are crazy in the best kind of way. All right, you guys are geeking out over stuff that you love and going as balls deep into it as you can. I mean, if you're not a geek if you don't do that, so I'm all for it.
I was just like, this is a random side note, but it was just funny because halfway through this debate, it was getting really heated, and when Edmund was going, he was laying into us with our points. I was like, man, this boy's getting heated. It's probably why he's got the fan on right behind him.
This guy's got some sharp barbs to throw.
My AC's broke. My AC's broke.
If it wasn't for this fan right now, I'd be livid.
Gee whiz. Well, here's the thing. Before we find out who the winner is, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who supported us over these last several months, especially during the situation that we're in with COVID-19. We've jumped up to, my gosh, we got like 359, 360 followers on Facebook. The followers are going up on all across our social medias and our videos. So we want to thank you all for your support. We also are part of the Hanging with Web Show Web TV family. We want to thank them for bringing us on. Folks like Garrett, Sage, Terry, my gosh, Terry, you're the straw. You're the straw that stirs the drink, Terry. I just want to point that out. And Willow, my goodness,
beautiful
Willow,
analogy.
you in the chat, my friend. Oh, she's our friend of the Great White North, Willow. Oh, we love you. We really do.
We
But
love
my
you
goodness.
all.
Oh,
And we
I wanna
all
let you
know
guys in
that
on
you
something.
lie awake thinking about dodgeball
oh yeah.
between a lion
waking
and a
moment.
human man.
Or the
Yeah.
movie Dodgeball with Vince Vaughn. That's pretty good.
That's a fun
Hey,
one.
that's some of my quotes were starting to come from that. But I do want to let you guys in on something. We've got a lot of projects coming your way very soon. We're also going to be a part of HarleyCon on Saturday, August the 15th. We're going to have another Battle of the
that's
Nerds
soon.
during the course of that day. It's going to be held at 7 p.m. Eastern Time during HarleyCon. It starts at 11 a.m., goes all the way to the break of midnight the next day. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be fun, chock full of panels. Lots of actors are going to be there. A lot of authors are going to be sharing it with you, some of their upcoming stories, some of their upcoming books that they have coming up across all different genres. So don't miss that, because that is going to be a lot of fun. And Nerd Culture is happy to be involved with Amelia and her team over at HarleyCon. So thank you for that. Oh boy, Caroline is here. Caroline, did you want to come in here again, or are you still just going to monitor the chat? Let us know in the private chat, because I can't see
Okay.
the comment. Hold on a second. Okay.
Well-
all right. So Caroline has an announcement she wants to make, and then I'm going to share a few other things that we're going to be
Oh,
doing.
boy.
So Caroline, come on in
Hi.
here.
God.
Come on
Okay.
in.
So,
Come on in here.
monitor the comments.
So Caroline, what's on your mind?
It's
She's on the
3 to
move.
3.
It's what?
So, it's currently 3 to 3, 3 for Scar, 3 for Gaston. So,
Whoa. We were all that good.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. That just says a lot about us.
All right, guys.
Good job. Good job, everyone.
of breaking
All right.
the tie, because this is my child, and I just want to say that. But
You're breaking the tie.
Wait, hold on. But here's the thing. If you're going
Hang
to be
on.
the tiebreaker, you favor Ruth, though, a lot, though. Let's be honest.
no, I've been listening to the debate the entire time.
Okay.
She's been monitoring backstage.
I have a debate based off of the outcome.
This is Gaston versus Scar. Nothing else.
No, this is Gaston versus
You know,
Scar.
it's
I
funny,
don't care who's
Caroline-
on either team. You're all my family, so I don't care.
No, it's okay.
yeah.
Caroline, just so you know, someone's calling you out on this, and Caleb has something to say about it. Doesn't the guy who's been hosting this whole time break the tie?
I've also been reading all the comments.
Ryan.
Maybe you
Oh,
guys
it's
should
all right.
debate.
Fine, Caroline.
Ooh, here's the debate.
Caroline, if you want to have your
We might have
moment
the
in
same
the
answer,
sun
though.
and have
We
your
might have-
moment of glory,
Ryan.
you can go ahead and break the tie.
Ryan, we might have the same answer.
I don't know, do we?
Let's just see if this ties again.
You're
Yeah,
breaking
let's-
the tie.
I kind of want to know now.
No, you're no,
Okay,
no, no,
Ryan,
no.
you go
Let's
first.
be
Ryan,
honest
you go
here.
first.
Caroline's
Ryan, go
monitoring
first.
backstage.
Ryan,
Ryan,
Let her
Ryan,
break the tie. I can't
Ryan,
Ryan.
I
Say it,
can't-
Ryan.
It's too much. It's too much.
Say
pressure.
it,
Caroline,
Ryan.
break
Say
the
it.
tie. You're killing me. Break the tie, Caroline.
No, Ryan, say what you're gonna say.
Come on, Ryan. Do it. Do it,
All right,
buddy.
I
Ryan.
have nothing to say. I'm just.
What?
It's so hard. I've been monitoring this. whole
Okay,
time.
then I will go. If Ryan can't choose,
Yeah,
I will
it's
go.
too much pressure.
It's too much
Too much
pressure.
pressure.
Ready? It's Gaston.
I knew it!
Yeah.
Because she
Thank
picks
you, thank
Ruth
you.
over everybody.
Of course.
Okay,
How
she doesn't
dare
even
you.
know Edmund though, so
Then-
that wouldn't
Can I have
matter.
a reason?
Doesn't
Can I have a
matter.
reason?
I'm just saying-
Whatever side you're
Thank
on.
you,
just gotta
thank
Hang
decide.
on, hang on.
Thank you.
Caroline, what is your reasoning?
Yeah, what's your reasoning?
Because
Don't
I
say it
feel
was a
like
good
their
fight.
answers a lot more for the like random questions. They were like really smart about it and like created a lot. Like I thought I had the answers going in, like because I knew the questions going in, but they actually changed my mind a lot on having like. I thought Scar would win the hurdles, but then they also made a lot of sense with like how fast he ran up the tower and like all those other facts and like how Scar actually isn't like a strong lion. And they just like turned my own perspective on who I thought was gonna win.
All right, then here's my question. Okay, fine. You picked Gaston.
Can
Okay,
climb.
congratulations. Okay. Now I'm just curious. Ryan, hey buddy, what do you think? I'm just curious.
Ryan.
You really want to know?
We're going into the tie.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah.
Look, all of us, everyone watching this, I want to make this perfectly clear. We've all seen these movies. We've seen how these characters operate, whether they do one thing or the other. But from what I heard, it's really hard to say no to Scar.
Oh, we should have gone to Ryan.
Scar, personally.
Still technically a tie.
Personally,
I mean,
I would go with Scar, but you know what?
That's it. No, that's it.
Are
It's
you
complete
okay?
tie. None of us
Hold
win.
on.
All right. Good night. Good night.
It's like soccer.
Ryan, are you saying that Scar wins because you like Scar more than Gaston, or are you saying it because Travis and Greg were spitting facts that you agree
Yeah, the
with?
second one.
Nothing
The second
but
one,
facts.
definitely.
I'm just asking if he liked your argument more than ours.
I think you did.
I
think you did. Yeah, there we go.
Ryan,
Look,
got it.
yes, I mean, it's hard for me to explain, but yeah, some of the arguments the other team was making just kind of put me over the edge. It's like, Scar is so good, and he can get his way around certain situations, I feel like. So yeah, that's why I went with Scar.
Just know that
Kinda my
yes,
thought.
you guys.
But Scar's
still
pretty
won.
good, man. He's got some mad skills. He's got those sharp claws, and you got your boy Jeremy Irons voicing him. It's hard to go against that.
I would just say that
Exactly.
yes,
It was
we know who the
Gaston.
winner is. We're not changing that, but just know that the cards were against us from day one
what? Why?
How?
because
Yeah.
Because
Caroline
mom
came
picked her
in.
favorite
Yeah, 'cause
child.
mom picked her favorite child. It's exactly what it
I
is.
really don't think that's true. I think we just
It's not.
eliminated.
And
You
her
guys went with all the
new
basic
stepson.
answers. Sorry, not
You
sorry.
guys are just being sore losers right now. No
It's
one wins
all
like
I have left.
Gaston.
We didn't win. This is all I have left.
We only have regret and rage.
Let us hate you for a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right.
Fine.
I'm over it now. It's fine. God.
Wow.
It's cheated, man.
Edmund, can you believe that we won?
I cannot.
Yeah. Like, to be completely honest, Edmund and I were ready to get, like, screwed in this debate.
No,
But-
like legit walking into this, I was like, Scar is just plainly gonna dominate this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you picked very human like aspects for those random questions.
No,
Like-
I
like-
those were the most equal ones I could do for both of you because one, hurdles, I honestly thought that was gonna go to Scar. And
It did. It did. It
Don't
did.
for climbing.
It was better with the debate one.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I say
I see a lion in a
Well-
suit and like starts talking like
It's hard to find situations with a lion and a human, okay?
Yeah, I know. I will say this though. Look, I will say this overall. I think this went like really well. And guys, I'm going to give everybody
Willow.
props because I think
Yes,
not only did we bring up some good points ourselves and we tried to bring our A game as best we could, but you guys really gave us a run for our money and it clearly paid off. So yes, I will give you congratulations because when you guys were
Congratulations.
talking, every time it was over, I was like, okay, play confident. Let's go.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
No, right back at you guys. Like
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was saying. Sometimes I was like, oh, okay, maybe this will sound good.
also
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
like
No,
can
no.
anyone in that town that Belle lives in read besides her and her father?
No.
I probably
Not
not.
really.
The book-
Okay.
The
I
book
kind of
expert.
thought so.
The guy that gave Belle the books.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Matthew. It was a great fight from both teams.
I do
Thank you,
agree with
Matthew.
this. It was a great
Fun.
fight from both teams, and I want
We'll
to
do
take
another
this, I
one.
want to take this opportunity to say, even though Gaston won, at the end of the day, you, the fans, won by watching this stream, by commenting in the chat below, by
Nice.
liking, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. So we're going to go around the table here, and Caroline, if you want to get in on this, you're more than welcome to. We're going to go to our special guest, first-time guest, Edmund. Man, golf clap again. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
So
It's
where
like-
can so the question on everyone's mind is simply this, Edmund. Where can the good people of the interwebs find you online in the projects that you're currently working on?
Oh, actually,
If
if you
any.
guys want to hear more of this with me and Ruth, we got a podcast recently, so you know I can drop that wherever nerd culture will allow, and you guys
Yeah.
can
Send
hear
it
some of
to
these
me.
conversations we have in private. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what she's doing when she's bailing on us. Okay.
yeah, no, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Spotify and Apple and I mean pretty much everywhere.
What's
Yeah,
the name of the
yeah.
podcast?
The rabbit hole. You know, we'll
Rabbit
give
hole.
you
Ah.
So not that rabbit hole because there are 10 million of them, but the other one.
Oh,
So
okay.
Obviously.
exactly, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get that to you, and you guys can hear some of our logic when we're
Yeah.
gonna
Alice in
figure this out.
Wonderland Disney.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if the property is completely owned, but they have the movie.
Yeah, I was
They'll
just
give
like, is it completely owned by Disney? I can't remember.
Isn't everything owned by Disney? But thank you for sharing that with
Eventually.
us, Edmund. The Rabbit Hole podcast. Look forward to listening to that or watching that, all that good stuff. So, Disney nerd. Oh boy, Ruth. Where can good people in the interwebs find you and all the upcoming projects you're working on? Where can they find you?
I mean, I would definitely love if you would check out me and Edmund's podcast. We're 3 episodes in, and we're prototyping everything out, but it's very exciting and just kind of trying to develop our own platform. And then, just watch my videos on Nerd Culture's YouTube channel. So, yeah.
You guys are helping Willow out.
That is lovely and smashing. Thank you so much. Travis, where can the good people in the interwebs find you and all the projects you're working on?
Ryan, I'm always so glad for you to ask that question. You guys can find me obviously over on the Nerd Culture page, and make sure to follow us on all forms of social media at It's Nerd Culture, but specifically my plays, which is Nerdy Gamer, where we basically do a mixture of anything that has to do with video games. We also recently had an entire playthrough of The Last of Us Part 2, so if you really want to enjoy a cinematic gameplay experience, make sure to check that out. Also, I do a little bit of work over on Lasting Light Media, run by my buddy Josh, who was nice enough to be in this party as well, so thank you, Josh, for tuning in. And that's Lasting Light Media, so make sure to follow us on all forms of social media there as well. And we got some stuff coming your way over there with some short films and whatnot. Ryan knows what I'm talking about because he's super excited. But yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Look at him.
Gregory Lee, Gregory Lee, where can the good people find you and all the projects you're working on?
You can find me at It's Nerd Culture, where we do anything and everything nerdy. We play video games, we play card games, we play all types of games, and we argue about Disney stuff and DC stuff. So, and comic books. My goodness, what don't we argue about? Honestly,
It's just all arguing.
yeah. I mean, like honestly, like all we do is argue. Like that's pretty much all we do. You can also sometimes find me on Last and Light Media, where
That's right.
We do podcasts and short films, which are all very fun. And you can also find me in my room crying because we lost.
Aw.
And
Still
Ruth,
love
I want you to know you did this.
Greg, you were cheated. It's fine.
It's okay, Greg. Tomorrow's a new day. Just start fresh. Maybe we'll have a rematch one day, as Willa pointed out in the chat. She says, let's schedule a rematch between these two teams. That would be interesting.
We will.
But without further ado, someone who's been watching and monitoring us this whole time in the backstage area, Caroline, who just loves us to pieces, even though we're a very lovable, dysfunctional family. Caroline, where can the good people find you on the interwebs?
Hi. Well, one, I just want to say thank you for everyone who was commenting, interacting. I was interacting back with you guys. I was one, I don't know if you heard it earlier, I was the Nerd Culture Facebook page. Yeah, that was me. But I also want to say thank you just to everyone who, again, interacted, because this is our first time actually doing this live. You can catch over on our YouTube channel. We have a ton of other Battle of Nerds videos where we do like trivia, guess the video game song, guess the movie release date. And let me tell you, they get heated and they're really funny edited. So there's some great reactions, some great fights, some great breaking friendship moments.
Or when I just completely waste my chance at winning.
Yeah, by betting it all.
Yeah, I'm a gambling man.
There's I think 5 videos over on our YouTube right now, and of course more is coming your way when we can all record again. So we are very excited. The plan for going forward for Live Battle of the Nerds is to be doing this once a month. So we'll hopefully be telling you guys what our next theme is for August, because we're very excited about that. And again, I want to say thank you to everyone. You guys did great, amazing. Like, this went so well, and I'm so proud of everyone. Just,
Thanks, Mom.
amazing.
Thank you.
I've never tried so hard at
I
talking
know,
in my life.
that's we're
You did great.
a
Good job.
dysfunctional family, and as Willow likes to point out, that's what a family does. Though we argue and we're dysfunctional. I love it to pieces. And also,
Yes.
Caleb, thank you so much, Caleb. Oh, Caroline, you're getting some love in the chat. Isn't that lovely?
Thank you.
Well, to wrap this thing up, because it's been a long night, we're all
Thank you.
tired. We all need a drink, whether it be alcoholic or not. So I'm going to leave you with this. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this. We got a few things coming up. As I said before, HarleyCon, Saturday, August 15th. It's going to be on the HarleyCon Facebook page. It's going to be through Zoom and Facebook Live. We're going to have our panel at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Mark your calendars for that.
Calendars.
The day after that, it's going to be on Sunday, August the 16th. Willow, myself, and potentially, still working on it, special guests are going to be joining us for a 25th anniversary watch-along of the greatest video game movie ever made from 1995, Mortal Kombat. Yes. We are going to celebrate Mortal Kombat for its 25th anniversary on Sunday night, August the 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be me, Willow, and a very special guest we're hoping for. It's the fingers crossed. But other than that, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RyanRPM5. Check out everything I'm doing with the Nerdcast. It's a podcast where I talk about movies past and, well, what lack there is of the present because, you know, COVID-19. Go figure. On Anchor, Google, Spotify, wherever you download your podcast, you can find me. You can find me there and check us out on Nerd Culture. Remember, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at It's Nerd Culture. Our YouTube channel, please. We love your support. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay strong, stay safe, stay home, and watch movies. Good night, folks.
Bye.